Okay, message to the people of Zambia, dear brothers and sisters in Zambia. I'm so happy with how you received the video I made where I was talking about the president of Zambia and the president of the Democratic Republic of the Congo who went to a summit in the United States of America, and over there they met the American Secretary of State, Mr. Anthony Blinken. They had a meeting where they signed a MOU. That means the Memorandum of Understanding. Okay, brothers and sisters in Zambia, we call that memorandum, in other words, a protocol. And it was discussed that the United States of America, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, and Zambia will develop an electric battery supply chain. But the terms and conditions of this memorandum of understanding have not been made available to the public. Whether in Zambia or in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, and the presidents of these two respective countries, that means Zambia and the DRC, by signing this agreement, did not think that these two countries belong to the Zambian people and the Congolese people. They signed this thing without even consulting their parliament and the Senate of these two respective countries. And this is a serious violation of the Constitution of the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Zambia. They did not even consult the senators, whether in the Congo or in Zambia. It's shocking and it's insane what African leaders are doing these days. This can never be done in the West. And then, especially in the United States of America. You cannot come to America, you do that kind of politics. No. No one is going to allow you to do that. And the same U.S. Secretary of State, Mr. Anthony Blinken, and even the President of the United States of America, Mr. Joe Biden, can never visit the world, meet some presidents in other countries, start signing agreements without the approval or the permission of the U.S. senators or U.S. representatives in the United States of America. By why they do that to other nations, it's out of respect for the Constitution and for their people who are represented by the U.S. representatives and senators, that they cannot do that. We need to understand that American politicians, they are not allowed to do any nonsense in the world on behalf of the American citizens, because they're under the control of the American citizens. But if in Africa, our politicians, they can do whatever they want, it's because they play with us. We don't control them. And from now on, I'm calling upon the youth. We need to stand up to make a new generation of Africans that will be controlling the politicians, controlling the parliament and the senates. In Africa, we have a problem because our leaders are unaware that they are ready to sell or mortgage our wealth and our minerals. Our leaders in Africa are ready to enter into compromise agreements without even worrying about the future of their people. All this for what? Because most African leaders are mean, greedy, and corrupt. But here, all the same, I congratulate the leaders of the Zambian opposition who had the time to write to the embassy of the United States of America in Lusaka to ask for explanations on the agreement signed by the United States of America and Zambia. Congratulations. They said, Zambian politicians from the opposition, they said there are 3 agreements. The first of which was signed on December 6, 2021, and that's about a loan given to Zambia by the International Monetary Fund. That's 13 billion US dollars. The second agreement that America signed with Zambia was a security and cooperation agreement signed between Zambia and the US at the Embassy of the United States of America in Zambia. Then Zambia would allow America to establish combat units, including a center or a base that the American combat units will be using. And that American combat unit is going to be called AFRICOM. And the last agreement, therefore, was the third, which they signed recently on December the 14th, 2022 in Washington, D.C., where the president of Zambia and the Democratic Republic of the Congo decided that they are going to put together their efforts into creating and developing the electric battery supply chain, and that America would also be a partner. And that's what we condemn. We cannot allow that. In Congo, let me tell you one thing. The Senate, not even the National Assembly, we call, in other words, the Parliament, did not have time to ask some questions to the President of the Republic, Mr. Felix Tshisekedi. In Congo, they don't ask any questions by politicians. Either they're in the government or they're in the so-called opposition. Are you going to ask me why? I answered already this question, because Congolese politicians are among the most corrupt on the face of the earth. I can say, I repeat it again, Congolese politicians are wicked, greedy, and the most corrupt on the face of the earth. That's why they don't have time to ask questions to the government. We have a bad experience, we as Congolese. Why are we saying this? Because our country, the Congo, has been going through atrocities for 25 years and more. All this, why? Because Congolese politicians signed many compromising agreements with the West, especially the same United States of America and many other English-speaking countries, which have brought their companies, the famous multinationals, which are exploiting our wealth, our minerals, flora, and fauna without mercy, by using the regimes of Paul Kagame of Rwanda and Yoweri Museveni of Uganda as proxies, whose role is to destabilize the Democratic Republic of the Congo so that those Western multinationals can take our minerals for free. And during more than a quarter of a century of that kind of war, They've killed more than 12 million Congolese and stolen millions of tons of our minerals without mercy. Dear Zambian, and if you try to look at the state in which the Congolese people find themselves, you can notice one thing. The Congolese people, they live in abject poverty. Congolese politicians, as I said again, being among the most corrupt, have never made any effort to change this situation. This is why we must take an effort to address African youth everywhere to wake up, exchange ideas and experiences in order to learn to stand up and defend their countries, because African politicians always disappoint. And I think we, the Congolese people, are better placed to talk to other Africans, especially in Central Africa, the center of Africa, and especially in the Great Lakes region. We can tell you to be very, very careful and never let your government sign messy deals to allow foreign forces to set up homes in your country. Are you going to ask me why? Simply because this will be the beginning of trouble, disorder, and war in your country. And remember that where there are strategic minerals, like in the Congo or Zambia, war is just around the corner. All it takes is one misstep, and the enemies who envy your minerals will unleash everything to get it. And I thank you, dear brothers and sisters in Zambia. If you have any question, ideas to share with us, we are ready to talk with you so that we can see how we can change things in our respective countries. Thank you so much.